Hi, hi. Hello, Swapnil. Hi. Hello, Smruti. Hi, Mayuri. Are you going? Yes, we are going to do artworks. Is MENORAH an Indian brand? Yes, it is an Indian brand. So I hope it is clearly visible to everyone. What I am going to show in my decks. So basically, today we would be making fashion illustrations in general. So we have actually picked this particular outfit for today's illustration. So we will start first, and in the meanwhile, like our paint has to dry, our base has to dry, we would go ahead by looking at some different artworks and others. So basically I would be using the MENORAH Stationery's 180 GSM sketchbook today, and I would be making it on a A5 size, but the one that I am currently having is a A4. So what I have done is I have just divided into two halves like this, and I would be using this part so that it is clearly visible in my camera as well. Like there is a lot of space we can work with, and simultaneously we can save paper. So I have just torn it out and not. Are you gonna do any artwork? Yes, we are going to make the entire outfit, like the bottom half we would be making it today itself in 1 hour. Artworks, kindly ignore them. So I have just divided into two halves, so I would be using the smaller half for the time being. If anybody is making with me and I go fast, please let me know. So first he would start by making the waistline. Basically, to make any fashion illustration on any particular outfit, we need to start by making a base for it, because it plays a very major role. I hope my screen and my light setting, everything is fine. If it's not, then please let me know. I'll just turn into a LED. Just give me a second. Yeah, now it is clearly visible. Can you please talk in English? Sure, I can talk in English. Like I am talking in English if I'm not wrong. So basically we would be making any fashion illustration, and today we would be making the bottom half or the major lehenga of this particular outfit. So we would start first by making a waistline. So for waistline we will start with a small line. We will draw a curved waistline. Why are we making a curved waistline? The reason behind making it curved is that we can get a better surface area to show our folds. Because making fashion illustration includes lots of folds and dynamics of understanding how the flow of the garment will go. So if anyone is having any doubt, please freely ask us. We can make it very interactive. If you have any doubts related to fashion illustration, any art material, anything will do. So after making the waistline in a curved manner, like this, I am again doing it so that I am making everything quite dark so that my camera can easily capture it. But kindly make it with light hand so that we can erase it if we do any mistakes. Then I draw a free flowing line like this, without any particular direction or anything, just free handedly. You can redo the lines again. I am making it dark, do not make it that dark. Again on the other side we will do the same thing, one free flowing line. Then we will connect both these ends of the free flowing line in a curved manner, like this. Then I would erase this extra part like this. I hope it is clear and everybody is able to understand. If anybody is having any doubt, then please ask. Hi Aishwarya, hi Anushri, hello. So once we have made this, we will move ahead by making our folds. So how do we make folds? Basically the folds are of two kinds. One is like this in the wavy direction, and you can make it like this. These are basic ones. Let us zoom in a while. Yeah. So these are the basic ones. Moving ahead, we would do the complex curve over here, or the complex fold. So the first fold will go in this direction. Second flow will again go in this direction. The middle curve, why are we giving a middle curve or curvy line? The reason being is we have to distinguish two different parts of a garment, or basically in skirts we usually do that. Followed by second last curve or the fold and the last fold. I hope I am connected. Yes dear, it is clear. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you V7314I. Thank you so much. So if anybody is having any doubts, if I am going fast, just let me know, I'll slow down. So once we have done this, we have made our folds. The folds are of different size. Reason being is we are showing it in a free flow manner, like it is flowing in this direction. If you do not like it, you can definitely do it in the same size, there is no issue. We can erase, we will erase actually all extra lines that we have drawn as a reference, the curved lines. So we'll erase it. So once we have erased it, what we will do is we will start filling our base. So for filling our base, I would be using watercolors. You can use any other medium that you have. It can be acrylics, it can be oil pastels, it can be any other medium that you are convenient or you have with yourself. It is absolutely up to you. I would be using Brewster's watercolors, artistic watercolors, and I have a set of 24 colors. To get this particular shade, I would be using two shades, or I would be mixing two shades. But if you do not have any color or you want a pastel color, simply add a huge amount of white to the particular color, or what you can do is add a tint of white to the add a tint of color to the white color, then you get a pastel shade. Hi Uni, hi. So what I would be using this blue, and I would be mixing it with titanium white. So you can see both are opaque shades over here with a +3 of a mark. It is a PW6, simultaneously it is a PW6. So we would be using both of these and we would be mixing them like 1:2 ratio. So how are we going to do that? Just get your mixing palettes. Ignore my palette is already very dirty. I mean, just ignore that part. So what we would do is, I have actually prepared a similar color. I would make the same color, like I'll try making the same color. You can have any different shade as well. It is not a compulsion to get this shade. So I would take a tint of blue and add a huge white to it. If anyone is having any doubts, please talk, and please like feel free to ask me anything. Then we would add white to it. Then we will go ahead by adding some water. Always keep a tissue paper with yourself when you are using watercolors, because sometimes we can face such water blunders. Just start mixing them. Absolutely mix them together. If you feel like you need more proportion of blue, you can add it. Like I'll pick it up from here itself. Adding some more amount of blue. I would dilute it because it is too concentrated and thick. I'll add some water. I'll mix it up well, and there we get the shade that we desire. Before going on to the practical application, try taking a swap or a swatch, because it helps a lot to get what kind of color are you aiming to. You can see the color swatch. So I would be using this shade. So to fill any fashion illustration or any garment, we have to always understand the flow of the garment. So basically our garment flows downwards. So with the waistline there is no flow. It is a simple filling up of the base. Like this. Then here we get to our techniques. You would start by outer edge and always go with the flow of the garment. So we would always go in this direction. At no cost will we paint in this direction, because this goes against the flow of the garment. So we'll start filling it up like this. If you are able to apply it in a single stroke, that's a very good thing, but if not, you can give multiple strokes. There is no issue. Just like always remember that we have to go with the flow of the garment. So we would fill it up completely. Hi Avni, hi. So for those who have joined late, hi everyone, I'm Akansha Mishra, and my Instagram handle is nonstop glitters, and I specialize in fashion illustrations. So you can just fill the base. Always remember there should be no hurry in filling up the base, because if our base is very patchy, we would not get a good finish. So just allow it to be filled. If you want to dilute your color more, you can still like keep adding water. Always remember we have to go with the flow of the garment. So because our garment is flowing downwards, you would go in these two directions only. We cannot go in other direction. Hi Sally. Hi ArtSpace18. Hi Randeep. If anyone is having any doubts or any questions, please feel free to ask. In the meanwhile our base dries, I would let you know what are different ways of making illustrations. That is something that is very interesting. So we will start by filling the base. And properly fill the base absolutely to the end, and we'll make sure that there is no gap, or like let it dry properly. We'll allow it to dry, and in the meanwhile we will just actually have pre-made a sample of it which is already dry, but for the ones who are making along with me, they will need some time to dry. So we'll take like 5 to 10 minutes to allow it to dry. Hi Komal, hi. Hi everyone. So what we will do is, now I'll let you know what are different kinds of fashion illustrations or ways to make them. So what are different ways? Basically any fashion illustration can be made with the help of 3 ways. One is with the help of emboss technique. Second one is with the help of acrylics onto a watercolor medium. And the third one is using an ink based medium. It can be pen, it can be ink pots, it could be with the help of detailing brush and inks onto a watercolor medium. Why a watercolor medium? Because the watercolor medium is something that is very versatile and it allows multiple mediums to work on it efficiently without any not creating a lot of hustle. Because when we apply acrylics to our base, sometimes onto it different mediums do not work with that great finish. So basically today we are making this one. So this is made with the help of a white gel pen onto a watercolor medium. This is one more artwork which is again made on the MENORAH Stationery's 180 GSM sketchbook, and this is made with the help of acrylics onto a watercolor medium. You can see this. I hope the folds are very clearly visible because they are really emphasized in this particular garment. And the third one that is currently on my desk is made with the help of emboss technique. In emboss technique, we usually use a empty pen, or it can be any sharp medium to kind of emboss or imprint our shapes, sizes and different patterns, and onto that we use different kind of pencil colors to give the pop of colors and the effect that we are searching for. This is the particular example of how a emboss technique would look. I'll just get it under the light. I hope it is clearly visible to everyone. Hi Bittu. Hi Sneha. So this is how this would look with the help of emboss technique. Then we have one more example. You can see the detailing work is very intricate onto this particular pattern. So this is again made with the help of ink based medium or ink pens, gel pens onto a watercolor. As I already mentioned that watercolor is something that is very versatile and it allows multiple mediums to work on it very easily. So that is the main reason I prefer using watercolors, because sometimes after making we do not get, like after making we feel that no, we would not make this particular pattern, rather make it with some other medium and some other style, and we kind of search for a versatile medium so that at any point of time we can decide to change or we can change our plans. So that is the main reason watercolors are very famous for fashion illustrations and other works. So there is one more example in the ombre pattern. So this has used the technique of ombre, the emboss and detailings with the help of ink gel pen or white gel pen. No, it's not white, it's silver, sorry. The silver gel pen. I hope it is visible. So this is something that is made with the help of ombre techniques. Then we have one more, again this uses emboss in the borders only. You can see the borders have emboss technique being used, and the body is again made with a velvet finish done with the help of watercolor medium, darker shade of watercolor medium. If anybody is having any doubts or they want to ask something, please feel free to ask. So this is something that is made out of watercolor and some pencil colors. Again, silver pen is used for detailing. So usually for detailing we prefer using pens because they dry very fast, and today also we would be using pens. But as far as acrylics are concerned, then this is one example of acrylics that we can use onto any watercolor base. So you can see this is again made out of silver pens, and a lot of detailing goes within this particular outfit. Then we have the last illustration in a magenta and a blue shade. You can see different patterns. I hope it is visible from here, like this, and this is how this would look. Can you ping your ID? Okay, just give me a second, I'll ping. Just give me a second, I'll pin my ID. Just hang on, I'll pin it. Can you ping? मैम क्या आप इससे बनाए हुए वीडियो शेयर करते हो? Yes, I do share. There are lots of videos on my page. I had just pinned my ID. All of these are very beautiful. Thank you so much, Senorita, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I have pinned my ID, Arts Bucket 2008. I have done that. So basically this is another illustration which is being made with the help of watercolors and ink based mediums. I'm getting it closer so that you can easily see. You can see the folds go in a very different manner, in a free flowing 3D manner. And check it out here. So in the meanwhile our base has almost dried. Actually I had already painted a extra base so that it dries up and we do not end up wasting our time. So once we have made this art buckets, thank you so much. So once we have made this, we would be using gel pens, or like I particularly have a white gel pen. If you do not have a white gel pen, what you can use is a black pen or a black gel pen, or any color that you feel would work good on a pastel base. We would be using that. Just give me a second, I'll grab my pen. Yeah. So I would be using jelly rolls from the brand of Sakura. I would be using it. Your ID name please. My ID name is Non-Stop Glitters. I have tagged it. If you want, I will again drop it. It's non_stop_glitters. I have again posted it. So nice. Thank you so much, Shilpa. Thank you so much, Fatima. Hi, hello everyone. Hello, hi. So what we can do is, I would be using the jelly roll from the brand of Sakura, and I would be using the shade white. You can use any other pen that you have with you. It's not compulsory to use any particular color. You can use whatever you have with yourself. Hi Colorbound. Hi. Hello everyone. So what we will do is, I'll grab my reference picture and we'll gradually move ahead by making it. So what you can see is, we have given it a thick border, two-dimensioned border. Upper half is defined, lower half is defined. In the mean we have lots of detailing going on, and again upper body being monochromous. So while making any garment, we have to always remember where had we given our folds. You can see under this paint I am still able to see my like folds. If you are unable to, just remember where you placed it. So always keep a tissue paper with yourself. So you will start by providing thick borders. Always go along with the flow of the garment. The rule is very simple. Go with the flow of the garment. It would give a very beautiful finish. First we will make the upper and the lower borders, and then we will fill the pattern inside like this. I hope it is clearly visible. If there isn't, please let me know. Hi Gunjan, hi. Hello everyone, hello. For those who have joined late, I am Akansha Mishra and we are making passion illustration. So we are making this particular illustration today, like the bottom half of this. So we would start by making thick borders first, and once we fill this, we will move ahead by filling the pattern within. We'll start like this. What we can do is we can fill it like this, or with particular gaps you can do. What I'll do is I'll fill one, like in alternate pattern, I'll fill this up like this. Though try making a single pattern, it looks better, but just to show you I have made different patterns. Again I'll fill this up completely. I'll give some gaps and fill this one up. If anybody has any doubts or wants to talk, please feel free to ask me. So we'll just fill it up. So this one particularly uses ink based medium onto a watercolor medium. For emboss techniques we need pencil colors of different shades. So once we have done this, we'll start by making a symmetry pattern. So first triangle we have made, we'll get it. Always remember the flow or the folds of the garment. So once we see that this left side fold ends here, our pattern has to end here. Then again our second fold starts from here and ends here. So we will end our pattern again there. We'll always follow the fold of the garment. The rule is simple. Follow the fold of the garments. So once we have done this, we will start by going in ascending manner, descending manner, I'll just correct, descending manner. We'll first make triangles of different sizes, the smaller one are within. Always remember, even while filling this gap up, we have to follow the folds. Always follow the folds, because folds play a very major role while making any illustration. I hope everybody is able to understand and nobody is having any doubt. If you are having, please feel free to ask. So once we have done this, I hope I'm connected. If I'm disconnected or not audible, please let me know. So we'll just fill this up. We'll make patterns like this. And once we have done this, we will fill the last triangle. In every case, just the last and the smallest triangle. And somewhere you can find a semi-triangle, like a smaller, very small half of the triangle. Even at this point of time, you have to follow the flow of the garment. So once we have filled this up, always remember, do not keep your hands over the pattern because it is still wet. Hi Arushi, hi. Hello Didi, hello Preeti, sorry. Hello Preeti. Beautiful drawing. Thank you so much. Thank you. So once we have done this, what we will do is, we will move ahead by making this pattern. Again over here, we have always followed the flow of the garment. But if you feel that your pattern is too detailed and too intricate to follow the fold of the garments, what you can do is, you can go again in this manner. Like I'll do this. I am making triangles or this curvy patterns like this. Over here, I am not following the flow of the garment. So at the end, I'll show you how without following the flow of the garment, we can make a pattern that looks quite beautiful and like it has followed all norms and terms and rules. Just start making patterns like this. Like the upper you go up, the smaller the pattern gets. The rule is simple. जितना ऊपर जाओ उतने छोटे patterns. I'm just making simple mandala patterns for the time being. Over here, you can just simply get few patterns like this. Then we'll outline this one to get a better finish. Thank you so much everyone for so much love. Thank you. So we'll start by giving outlines. For those who have joined just now, hi, I'm Akansha. I handle the page Non-Stop Glitters and I expertise in fashion illustrations. I have even pinned my ID. So we'll just give outlines. Just do not worry if you mess it up at any point, because end result would be something that matters us the most. So if you mess it up, still continue till the last. Beautiful, why going? Sorry. Thank you so much. So we'll just make patterns like this. Just give outlines to every pattern. So once we have provided every pattern with outlines, if you feel like you want to give a baseline or the waistline or definition, and still make it defined like this, and just make some patterns like this and just define the waistline easily so that we can differentiate. So once we have done this, always remember the tip of the pen you can see outer bodge. Just keep cleaning it. Once we have done this, we will start by making the middle circular patterns. If you feel like you do not want to move your hand, just keep moving the sheet downwards. It gives a better balance and grip in the hand, and the patterns kind of look very similar. Because when we move our hand, we kind of disturb our muscle memory. So at the single spot, the muscle memory is retained for a longer time, and we kind of end up making kind of nearly similar patterns, not exactly the same, but similar patterns. Just सबके बीच में I am making patterns. I am making patterns in the middle of every petal that I have drawn. So once done this, we will start by making smaller petals. Like this. Just keep filling it. There is no particular way. If you feel like doing flowers in other direction, please do it. There's no issues. Just fill it up. Again, we can see a build up on our pen. Keep cleaning it. You can use a tissue paper also to do this, but I am currently not getting a tissue paper, so I am using my hands. Just keep filling it. If I am going faster, please let me know. I'll just slow down. Just keep doing it until we reach the last point. If anybody has anything to ask, please ask. I'm here to answer your queries and everything related to art. After this, the step that I would be doing would be very optional, like only that step, because you can see the gap between petal and the smaller petal, like this or this. We can just fill it up if you want to. It's again optional. If you like it this way, you can keep it this way. So once we have reached till this point, we'll fill this gap up because it gives a very good finishing. You have to keep filling it up. I hope I'm still connected and clearly audible and visible. If I'm not, please let me know. Just keep filling it up. Just fill it up properly. Hi Agni, hi. And just fill it up properly. We have kind of reaching to the detailing, like we are reaching to the end of the detailing part, and then we'll go ahead just by defining our folds and just giving the finishing touch, or to give the pop of colors we would be using a yellow pencil, and for folds we would be using a brown shade or the darkest shade of brown in your palette pencil colors, along with a black pencil color to give definition. And white color again is very optional for those who want a 3D effect to their garment. We would be doing that. Currently I am using the MENORAH Stationery's 180 GSM mixed media sketchbooks. we'll keep filling it up. Like this. Just keep filling it up until you reach to the end point. This is again very optional. If you want to give that finish, you can use it, or there is no compulsion to use it. It's up to you if you feel it's looking empty. So once we have filled it up, what we will do is we will switch to using pencil colors. Thank you so much. Thank you. We would be using pencil colors. So for our sketch, like for today, I would be using the walnut brown in my palette, which is basically the darkest shade of brown onto my palette. It could be of any other name in your palette. Do not go by the name. And simultaneously, I would be using a black pencil color. So we would start. For those who do not have a pencil color, you can use watercolors again, because they are very versatile. You can dilute them and use it up. So for folds, we will start from this particular edge. This is where entire trick of fashion illustrations lie. Giving the folds. So first fold I would give in a curved manner inwards towards the outer edge, like this. I am using the walnut brown shade, and I'll fill it up. I'll slowly fill it up. You can go in a circular manner, or always remember we have to go with the flow of the garment. At any cost, we cannot go against the flow of the garment. Again, over here is our second fold that we had defined. Similarly, inwards towards the fold. Again, we have to fill it up. Why are we using a brown shade? Because in this particular garment, we do not see a huge fold. Like we see different layers of fold. And the trick of the middle fold is, the middle fold gets its fold through the midpoint. Kind of like assume the midpoint and draw a line. And from both sides, draw a line like this. And fill it up. Then coming to the second last fold in the other direction. What we'll do is we'll fill it up. And onto this side of the middle fold, the folds will go in this direction. Like this. We'll just fill it up again. You do not need to apply a lot of pressure. Just light handed you can do. And the last fold. So we'll just fill it up. Then in the upper half, we will just define or give definition. Like this. Very light handedly. Then I'll move ahead with the help of black pencil color. And I'll only fill the edges where I feel the reflection is the highest. So for me it is only at the edge of the fold, so I would only follow that direction. Again, this was only the last line, nothing more than that will we observe. Then going to the upper half, just fill it up and give some small strokes like this. So once we have reached till this point, we can see that almost the fashion illustration has been defined very clearly. Over here we see it is defined, it has folds, it has patterns, it has everything that is required. But to give that extra or to get that brownie point or give a 3D effect, we would use a white pencil color. And what we will do is we will kind of form a water droplet kind of figure and just fill it up with light hands. Do not overdo this, just light hand. This kind of provides a very gradient effect to our garment. You can see over here. So once we have done this, we see that on a plain white page we are only able to see a blue color. We are not getting the pop that we want. Our blue color is not standing out. So what we will do is, I am using a lemon yellow. You can use any light yellow or any shade that you feel like will give, like, which is very contrasting with the color of your base or the color of your garment. So what we will do is, it is quite sharp, so I don't need to sharp it. So what I'll do is, from the edges we will apply a lot of pressure and release pressure as we go outwards. Just to give a pop of color, we are doing this. Again, this is optional. Everybody may not like this. That is why I am clearly mentioning it is optional. With the help of this particular method, what we can see is, we can see the color, our blue color is really standing out now. It is not getting like merged with the white, like white and suddenly blue. No, you can see there is a pop of color. Our blue color is standing out of the page. So that is the main motive behind doing this. A lot of pressure inwards, releasing the pressure outwards. You can use any other shade as well. May it be green, may it be red, may it be pink, may it be orange. Not blue. Other than blue, you can use any shade. So once we have filled this, we'll just do the bottom half. In the bottom, I'm just going with the equal pressure. I'm not applying the release pressure method. I'm just going light-handedly all over it. So once you have done this, just sign your name and you are good to go. We have almost made one full illustration. I'll just sign my name. Never forget to sign your name. It clearly proves that you have made it and you feel proud of what you have done. So for the ones who have joined late, hello everyone, I'm Akansha Mishra and today we did this entire full illustration in the class itself. And for those who have just joined now, my Insta ID is @non_stop_glitters. I've even pinned this in the comment section. And the paper that we have used is from MENORAH Stationery and it is of 180 GSM mixed media papers. And watercolor that we used was from the Brewster's artistic range watercolors. The pen that we used was from Sakura Jelly Roll in the shade white. And for the pencil colors, we have used Brewster's artistic pencil color range. So I hope it was very clear and everybody was able to get it. If anyone is having any doubts, please feel free to ask. I'm connected. I'll wait for like 5 minutes if anyone is having any doubts and then I'll end the session. The recording of this one would be saved. Hi everyone, hello. So I assume that nobody is having any doubts. If you are having, please let me know. I am still connected. We will end this session in almost like 2 minutes. I hope the class was like, the session was fun and everybody could get the how to make fashion illustrations and what are different ways to make them. And it was very clear, the concept, the patterns, everything was very fine. I assume that nobody has any doubts or any questions to ask, but still I'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll end the session. Hello everyone. Is there a course for fashion illustration? Yes, there is a particular course which is absolutely dedicated to only fashion illustrations, and it is not fashion designing. It stands out from fashion designing. It is itself known as fashion illustrations, And the difference between a fashion designer and a fashion illustrator is designer also designs and kind of manufactures and makes everything happen, but an illustrator only illustrates or makes it onto the paper. Our work is only to design, like only to craft it on paper and show it. So that is something, that is the main difference between an illustrator and a designer. And yes, there are courses dedicated to fashion illustration. There are many good courses onto like online platforms, you can check them out easily. I will just again show the artwork that we have drawn and end the session. So this is today what we made, and this is our reference pic or the reference that we have used today, and this is what we have made today. You can see the folds are very properly defined, and I hope there is not a lot of difference in between both of them. They are kind of nearly the same. So this is what we made today. Welcome. Thank you so much, Fatima, for staying. So I would just end the session. Bye everyone. Bye bye. Take care. Good night. Bye.